All right, good morning. My name is Janice Taguchi, and on behalf of the Seattle Betsuin Buddhist Temple, welcome to today's service. Please pause and reflect during the ringing of the concho. Rinban Katsuya Kusunoki will now lead chanting of Sambu, followed by Jusege on page 21.
Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namanda, 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 Namanda. 無常みだ如来みうどう釈迦如来にうどう上三無常ジポ如来に We are gathered to observe the Eshinni-ko Kakushinni-ko Memorial Service SBBWA new member luncheon service. We humbly join our hands in Gassho. May the fragrance of the incense teach us the purity of our intentions. May the beauty of the flowers offered remind us of the delicate nature of life. And may the light that burn brightly upon the altar lift our thoughts to Amida's light of wisdom that dispel the darkness of selfishness. Please join me in Gassho. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda, Bunamanda, 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 Bunamanda. The chanting of Juseige. Gagon Chosega Kishimu Jodo Shigan Fumanzo Seifu Joshogak Gao Muryoko Uidai Seishun Usai Shobingu Seifu Joshogak Gashi Jobundo Myosho Chojipo Kukyo Michomon Seifu Joshogak Ryoku Jinshoune Joe Shibongyo Shigu Mujodo Isho Teninshi Jinrikiem Daiko Fucho Musaido Shoujo Sankumyo Kosai Shuyakunan Kaihi Chiege Meshiko Moham Heisoku Shohakudo Tsudan Zen Shumon Koso Jomanzok Iyorojipo Nichigan Chujukin Tenkoi Hom Tugem Ishukai Hozon Koseku Doku Hom Jodai Shuchun Seppo Shishiku Kuyo Isai Butsu Gusoku Shutoku Hom Gannen Shinjoyuman Toku Isangai Hom Nyobun Bugechi Tsudan Mifusho Gangaku Erik Toshi Saisho Som Shigam Yakokam Daisen Hokam Dog Kokusho Tenni Toyu 両湯道正祭道湯本菩提一お湯上湯あんらナモアミダ仏、ナモアミダ仏、ナマンダブ、ナマンダブ、ナマンダブ、ナマンダブ、ナマンダブ、ナマンダブ、ナマンダブ。
Please stand for the Gatha Shinran's Family by Dr. Kent Matsuda.
He said the Nembutsu was for everyone. Gasho and you and Buddha become one. In a world of birth and death you see, with Shinjin the Pure Land waits for me. Shinran, Shinran, neither monk nor layman was he. Nembutsu is all you need. All the rest is up to Tariki.
She sacrificed much for her family, supporting Shinran through adversity. In her letters we can all now know how things were, life after Eshinni-ko. She returned to her other family. Nonetheless, she always knew Shinran would never abandon me or you. The youngest daughter of Shinran, we are told. She cared for him when he became quite old. When he died, she thought that she would see special lights, but this was not to be. Kakushinni, she helped start what we now call Honmaji.
Namo Amida Butsu. Shinran's words are meant to guide both me and you.
Please be seated. We will now have an incense offering from SBBWA Co-President Suzy Yamane. Please stand for the reading of the threefold refuge.
Difficult is it to receive a human form, now we are living it. Difficult is it to hear the Dharma of the Buddha, now we hear it. If we do not cross over to the truth in the present life, In what life shall we cross over? Let us with sincerity and true reverence take refuge in the three treasures of the truth. I take refuge in the Buddha. May we, together with all sentient beings, awaken to the great way of enlightenment and to the unsurpassed intent of Amida Buddha. I take refuge in the Dharma. May we, together with all sentient beings, enter the storehouse of the Dharma, becoming like the wisdom ocean. I take refuge in the Sangha. May we, together with all sentient beings, become units in true accord, in harmony with all things. The peerless, profound, and wondrous Dharma is rare to encounter, even in many hundreds and thousands of kalpas. Now we are privileged to hear and receive it. Let us thoroughly understand the true meaning of the Tathagata's teachings. Nam Amida Butsu. Nam Amida Butsu. Nam Amida Butsu.
Please be seated. Now we have a special guest to give us our Dharma talk, Reverend Cindy Yasaki from the White River Buddhist Temple will now deliver our Dharma message.
Can I ask that everyone please put your hands together in Gassho about your hidden contemplation as we say as I read these words from the Kyogyo Shincho. May those who see and hear this work be brought either through the cause of reverently embracing the teaching or through the conditions of others' doubt and slander of it, to manifest Shinjin within the power of the vow and reveal the incomparable fruit of enlightenment in the land of peace. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Nots. Namo Nots. Namo. Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for inviting me to speak to you all today for your Eshinni-ko and Kakushinni-ko memorial service. I would also like to thank Kusunoki Sensei for inviting me out. I know we had trouble kind of scheduling it for a little while because he asked me last year to come and talk with you. But unfortunately, the day that he asked me to come was the day of White River's Bazaar. So unfortunately, I couldn't come. So I wish I came earlier to be with everybody, especially after the incident at Seattle. But I am very honored to still be here this morning with you all. So today, I have chosen a quote from what we call the Kenjoro Shinjitsu Kyogyo Sho Monrui. You don't have to memorize that whole name, but we call it the Kyogyo Shinsho, which is the true teaching, practice, and realization of the Pure Land Way, written by the founder of Jodo Shinshu, Shinran Shonin. And I actually took towards the very end of the Kyogyo Shinsho, and this was important for me to pick because it talked about how when Shinran Shonin wrote this, these are actually Shinran Shonin's own words, because 80%, I would say, of the Kyogyo Shinsho is quotes. So this is actually Shinran Shonin's words. When Shinran Shonin wrote this, this was the very last thing that he himself wrote. And that is, may those who see and hear this work, this Kyogyo Shinsho, be brought either through the cause of reverently embracing the teaching or through the condition of others' doubt and slander of it, to manifest Shinjin within the power of the vow and reveal the uncomparable fruit of enlightenment in the land of peace. Right? That is the reason why he wrote the Kyogyo Shinsho. It was also, I believe, the reason why Eshinni and Kakushinni became so important to Jodo Shinshu, right? And I'm going to try to approach this memorial service in a slightly different manner. Maybe other ministers have done this before, but as we know Eshinni and Kakushinni, right? The main title for each of them, right, is Eshinni-ko, the wife of Shinran Shonin, and Kakushinni-ko, the youngest daughter of Shinran Shonin and Eshinni. Right? But I would like to flip that around for you because, in my opinion, they became so much more than just a wife and youngest daughter to Shinran Shonin. They became so much more because they encountered the teachings that Shinran Shonin taught. And so I would like to frame this in this way. And I will start with Eshinni. So Eshinni, right, as we know, became the wife of Shinran Shonin. Historians, unfortunately, do not know when they actually met because Eshinni is the daughter of a nobleman, right? And it is known that noblemen tended to frequent the Kyoto area. Right? And so historians think there may have been a possibility they might have met in Kyoto before Shinran Shonin was banished to Echigo, but we don't know. It might have been a chance meeting when Shinran Shonin was banished to Echigo. Right? And so, right, when Shinran Shonin was banished to Echigo, thinking about the possible history of he didn't have anybody there in the land of Echigo, right? He was deemed by the emperor to not be a monk anymore, right? To not be doing what he wanted to do. And so he was supposed to become a regular person. And so I honestly do not know, but I have this idea that Shinran Shonin, though again, he was no longer a monk, but he felt that he needed to continue to spread his teacher, Honen Shonin's teachings. And thus, though he was not a monk, continued to act like a monk, even though he was not a monk. And during that time, I assume, he met Eshinni, and they married. Now, if you think of banishment, right, or exilement, technically, you're not really given very much, right? You're not given very much. And so, I could just think of Shinran Shonin doing his best to spread the teachings of his teacher, the Nembutsu teachings, to say Namo Amida Butsu, I take refuge in Amida Buddha. And still being able to live, but, probably, maybe, not really much of a place to live. Right? And so I think that Eshinni became, once they got married, became the place where he lived together. In other words, the place where Eshinni and Shinran lived was Eshinni's place. It was under her name, right? Because when Shinran Shonin left Echigo, she stayed behind because she had property in Echigo. So then this must mean that Eshinni, right, supported Shinran Shonin by providing him every basic essential that he needed to continue to spread the Nembutsu teaching. So Eshinni became, I would say, one of the very first major supporters of Jodo Shinshu Buddhism without knowing that that religion, that teaching would eventually become Jodo Shinshu. Because at that time, Shinran Shonin was basically preaching Jodo Shu. Right? It's like that slowly it started to become something different. Anyways, getting off topic. So we could think of Eshinni as not only the wife of Shinran Shonin, but also the one who helped continue to propagate the teachings by supporting Shinran Shonin. Next is Kakushinni. Kakushinni, we label her as the youngest daughter of Shinran Shonin and Eshinni, the one who was at Shinran Shonin's bedside when he passed. Now, Kakushinni is important, right? Not because she was there when Shinran Shonin passed, but because she was able to attain the land where the first Honganji stood, right? Where the first place where Jodo Shinshu followers could gather. Right? Her husband is the one that procured this land, and Eshinni, sorry, not Eshinni, Kakushinni took that land, and that land is now the place where Shinran Shonin's remains are buried. Right? This is what we call now Otani Honbyo. Right? But this place was originally the original Honganji. This was the first place that Jodo Shinshu followers gathered underneath in a temple. Right? Before this, there was always in rooms. Right? Shinran Shonin would say, I will, if you would like to listen to me, please gather. But after Shinran Shonin passed, there was not really a place to listen to these teachings. And so, Kakushinni made it possible for Jodo Shinshu followers to gather and be under one roof and be able to discuss the teachings, right, in an otera, in a temple. So Kakushinni is important because she is the person who helped start, again, as the song we just sang right now, who started Honganji. She is the one who started it, right? Who started the place where we call Honganji. And again, Eshinni and Kakushinni are so important because they listened to Shinran Shonin and his teachings. Well, I shouldn't say his teachings, but the Nembutsu teachings. And it touched them so much that Eshinni wanted to continue to support this person who became a husband to spread that teaching. Kakushinni, having been touched by these teachings, was moved to have land for Jodo Shinshu followers to come and gather. I believe this is the reason why we have this service for Eshinni-ko and Kakushinni-ko, because we have to remember them more than just a wife and a youngest daughter, that they were both essential to the beginning and the continuation of Jodo Shinshu. And so, because of them, we are able to be here in America, in Seattle, and say, Namamida Butsu, I take refuge in Amida Buddha, as well as listen to the teachings. Because if they did not support Shinan Shonin and support the teachings, I don't even know if we would all be here in this room together in each other's company. So today we reflect on the lives and contributions of Eshinni and Kakushinni to our school of Buddhism. And I would like to close with us reciting what Eshinni and Kakushinni would like us to say, which is Namamida Butsu, I take refuge in Amida Buddha. So if I could ask everyone to please put your hands together in Gasho. Namamida Butsu, Namamida Butsu, Namamida Butsu, Namamida Butsu.
Thank you, Reverend Yasaki, for your inspirational message about the importance of Eshinni and Kakushinni-ko and their legacy to our temple and in Jodo Shinshu. Next, we will have acknowledgments by Co-President, SBBWA Co-President Tina Ko.
Thank you, everyone, for coming today, and for those of you online. And Reverend Cindy, thank you very much. That's very inspirational message, and say for inviting Cindy, Reverend Cindy, so long ago, and that everything could align for today. We really want to thank Kemi Nakabayashi for having such a great gatha for today. Dr. Kent Matsuda and the accompanist, and for Kemi for leading us in singing, those of us that didn't know the gatha today. So we want to acknowledge Rinban Kusunoki, Reverend Cindy Yasaki, Reverend Irene Goto, Yuya Kusunoki for helping with the service, Alex Sakamoto, Jason Yokoyama, and Kemi again for just helping with the service. Eileen Tanabe, Susie Yamane, Fran Shintaku, Ann Oxrider, and Janice for really organizing this service. This year has been just eventful, we'll say that. And so they have been flexible in getting us all together, and it has worked out. And we are just thankful for today and being able to gather. So thank you.
Thank you, Tina. Are there any public announcements?
Good morning, everyone. Well, again, thank you for coming to attending this service today. Then the one announcement is the next Saturday, Reverend Dr. Haneda's Japanese seminar is scheduled here at the Densho at 10 a.m. So the Haneda sensei is going to join in via Zoom. So, but if you want to study the Buddhism together with other Sangha members, this is for the Japanese seminar, but you can also let your friends who speak Japanese then can come here. Then 10 to 12, then after that, we are planning to have a potluck luncheon. So of course, people also can join via Zoom from home. So that's next Saturday, May 4th? May 4th, yeah, Saturday, May 4th at 10 a.m. here. Then using this opportunity, I'd like to express my deepest appreciation to the Seattle BWA, always supporting the Seattle Betsuin Buddhist Temple. Then as Cindy Sensei mentioned in her Dharma message, in our organization, Jodo Shinshu Honganji Ha, the BWA Women's Association is always core of our organizations. Of course, history of Seattle Betsuin Buddhist Temple. So without BWA, I don't think Seattle Betsuin can maintain this temple. So I truly appreciate all the work, the past, future, and today. I'd like to say those who are the member of BWA, please enjoy being a member of Seattle BWA. So please try to think about the program for you to think the meaningful and enjoyable. So first, please think about yourself. Then, if you can enjoy, then you can invite your friends to join. Then your friends also enjoy and feel meaningful the BWA's program and services. So thank you again for supporting the Seattle Betsuin all the time. Yeah, as a Rinban and resident minister of Seattle Betsuin, I'd like to say ありがとうございました. Thank you.
Are there any other public announcements? Okay. The temple is grateful for your participation in today's service. For additional information on upcoming services and seminars and events within the Seattle Betsuin and the Jodo Shinshu community, please see the Betsuin's website or Facebook page. This ends the online portion of the service. Thank you.